Hello, you awesome land enthusiasts. This is Luke Smith, RealVacantLand.com, and I've got another property for you. This one's in Olympia, Washington, just near Olympia, Washington, and I got it set up to go into a dive on this property. Hopefully you like this one. Follow along. So we're on RealVacantLand.com. This is it's got my name and number on here. I'm asking $49,000 for this one. It's 0.45 acres, Thurston County, Washington. Got maps of this property. There's a road, power line. You got to do the rest. There's other houses in the area, and yeah, so that's just the way it is. You got buy now button, $49,000. I'd rather do it through a title company. Let's do a title company on this one. It's enough money that we can start getting title insurance and everything. And yeah, so let's pull up the maps. I'm going to show you where we're at. Zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so we got a lake just south. We got Olympia, Washington down here. This is Olympia. I'm going to zoom out some more. This is Puget Sound. See that water over there? That's Puget Sound. There's Olympia, and there's the property. We'll keep zooming out. Here's Tacoma. North, let's see if I can move it so I can reach it. North is Seattle. So here's Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia. All this water is Puget Sound. Got other properties scattered all over the area, right? So let's zoom into this property. Let me turn it to map. So 26th Avenue is just north of it, and here's town. Okay, so there's the property. Remember that, $49,000. So I used to do this a lot. I used to jump in and show the market analysis and go back and forth on properties. I love doing it. It takes, it changes all the time. So I make a video about it, and then people are like, "That's not what it really is," because the market keeps changing, right? So here I got Zillow pulled up. And this is the zip code, the same zip code the property is in, and if I can. If I could just, if you could picture my hand over there, I'd be touching where the property is. So let's move the mouse. So this is the street. The property would be like right in here, right? So let's look at, let's start for sale. Okay, so these are the ones that are for sale. So the property, see, remember that lake right there? There's the one, whatever street it was. That's the street the property's on, just north of that lake on that street. So if we look at all the stuff that's for sale in the area, there's one, the cheapest thing around is $30,000 and mine's $49,000. Like, why is that, Luke? You always say you're the cheapest in the area. Well, if you click on this thing, it says there's wetlands on the property. I'm like, well, there you go. That's not usable. Next, other ones, 155, 85. 85 is a hill, like it's a steep hill. 164, 300 grand, 155, 222, 284, 325. These are the ones that are still for sale. They're overpriced, all right? It's a hot market. Something wrong with them, or they're overpriced. That's why they're still on the market. And if you look over my shoulder, like here's the swamp with 29 days on market, 63 days on market. It's the $85,000 hill, and then $155 for, or $155,000 for 0.8 acres in Boston Harbor. There's a lot of properties in Boston Harbor. It's overpriced. These ones are overpriced. That's why they're still for sale. So let's go to sold, and these are the ones that happened. And so these are sorted by newest. I got the settings on there as newest. You can't see it because it's just barely off the screen. So the newest stuff that's happening is 2 acres for 150 grand. 2 acres for 150 grand. 1.2 acres for 153. I don't know what the heck this is. 1.4 million. Like, it must be commercial or something. 72 grand for, like, that's a cheap one, but it's small. 77 grand for really small. 117,000 for small. Big hill. $2,000. If you go read the $2,000 one, it says you have to buy the property next door too. You don't just get a property for $2,000. That was a piece of a package. It's very misleading. 250, 30,000. Like, there's a cheap one. That was Luke Smith trade. I'm pretty darn sure that looks familiar. That looks like my maps and stuff. I'm 99% sure that was one that I sold right up there. 239, 50,000, 80,000, 199. 50,000 is small, 80,000 is small. And yeah, so you get the picture. Like a lot of this stuff that's trading is trading like 3 times what I'm asking for this land. Not all of it, but some of it. There's some more other properties down here. Some of these other ones look familiar. That were ones that I used to own too. So think about that. I'm asking $49,000 in a market where good-looking buildable lots seem to be going for 150 grand. Mine's not cleared. There's trees. You got to figure it out. You don't have a realtor to hold your hand and walk you over there and pat you on the back and say you're making a good decision, right? So you got to go figure it out. The next one is that I wanted to show you is manufactured homes. Okay, I'm forgetting where I'm at. So right now I've got the settings at lots and land. So that's just land in this zip code. I'm going to change it to manufactured homes because I've been talking about manufactured homes recently, and the ones in the area, it costs you for like a basic, a good manufactured home in the area. You can get it delivered, set up, installed for 125 grand. This quote I just got earlier today. 125 grand for the 125 grand for the home, 49 grand for the property. That's like 124, right? This one looks like a newer one. They don't even have they put it on blocks and they got the thing delivered, and they haven't even put like bushes in front of it or anything yet. I'm thinking that's a new one, and they just sold it for 340. And that was on April 16th, and today's the 23rd. So like, and then they sold another one. This looks like a new one at 330 basically on April 7th. So they're going like one a week in this zip code. February, well, maybe they're not going one a week. They're spread out a little bit more. As you get down further, these other cheap ones, those are in manufactured home parks. See where the address says space 111, space 141. That's where you have to pay lot rent. So these are like old homes, and you got to pay rent on top of that. It's like almost a liability. It's not an asset. Kind of. It's different than owning the land. And then, old ones, new ones. See, I think those newest trades are the ones to go off of. These 330 and 340. 330 and 340, close to where we're at. We're down here, and those ones went off up here. These ones are closer to town. So if you bought this property and you put a manufactured home on here, think about those numbers. Let's see if I can spell that out. So manufactured home, 125 grand installed. Land, $49,000. That's 174. And then you're probably, you probably have to do some contracting, like a driveway and clearing the site. You probably got to install a septic system and make sure there's water there, either a well, there's water there. Make sure there's a well or a water line running down the street. Maybe that's 50 grand. I'm guessing. I'm like putting numbers. You start adding all these numbers together. I'm coming up with like $100,000 profit if you did set up 150 grand and you just walk back 100. You take out the home for 125 and the land for 49. You're walking away with like $100,000 profit roughly, if I'm spelling those numbers out, if I'm doing that math right. So that's a beautiful thing. There's a lot of room for error. You don't need that much profit because you can leverage these things. You can go to the manufactured home dealers and borrow it all. I mean, they'll do all kinds of finance. They've got contractors that'll do the work and deliver it and make it happen. And you can keep the difference for signing your name, for being the entrepreneur, for showing up, for doing it. And yeah, you got to wait. The manufactured home dealers they're backed up because so many people are buying these things and getting them delivered, getting them installed all over the area and all over the country, really. It's a big boom of them right now because the finance is awesome, easy, cheap, and Yeah, so they're just getting bought up and delivered like crazy. So they're looking for like 12 months, 15 months delivery. You go sign stuff right now. You can do the work along the way, get it all up and ready, and then the home delivered and moving in or selling it to the next person. So if you're up for that, like a year and a half kind of time frame, that's it's like $100,000 spread. And if you've got VA financing, you don't even have to put the money up. Down payment, you'll have to make payments along the way. But there's a lot of different ways to structure this, and these manufactured home companies will walk you through it all. Basically, just do it all. You just sign in paperwork and say, okay, and they'll purchase the property from me in the whole transaction. You say this property and this home, you pick out the home, and they set up all the paperwork, and they pay me, and they pay for all the contractors and everything, and it comes out of the finance that you sign up for. And so that makes it a really easy way to pull off one of these properties. Okay, let's jump back into the website. So back, ruralvacantland.com, $49,000 for this .45 property and just north of Olympia, Washington. So if you wanted to live there, or if you're on the other side of the country, the other side of the world or something, you want to buy one of these things, get a manufactured home delivered, it's a couple phone calls. You can go make it happen. You just got to put in the time and wait for the thing to get made and delivered. So there it is. Let me know if you have questions. If you want to go see it, figure it out, feel free to go over there, take a look at it, study it, make sure this is the one you want to go for, and then let me know. Let me know how I can help. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. See you in the next one. Bye.